Speaking of Canada trade trouble, joining us live from Kyiv, where she is meeting a number of Ukrainian leaders right now. Former Deputy Prime Minister of Canada, Chrystia Freeland. And Chrystia, thank you very much for taking a break from what you're doing there to talk about the news that very much impacts your country. First, if you can just tell us your response to what has been happening with the breakdown of trade talks and also some of the things that have been said by President Trump about Canada, and of course, your prime minister's reaction.
Well, it's great to be with you, Mika. And, I would just say, I am so proud of Canada. I am so proud of Prime Minister Carney. And I think people should know, the world should know, that the entire country is 100% behind him. Canadians really understand what's at stake. They understand that this has become, through no wish of Canadians, a fight over Canada's sovereignty. And Canadians recognize that that means we absolutely have to stand firm. Shortly after President Trump was reelected and sworn in, Stephen Harper, a former Canadian prime minister, a conservative, so from the other party, said that Canada should be prepared to suffer any amount of economic damage to stand up for its sovereignty. So I think it is a cross-party national consensus. It's really sad, Mika, that I'm even saying these words on an American TV show. It's kind of astonishing to me, but that's where we are. And I really don't believe that most Americans, or even a lot of Americans, want to threaten Canada's sovereignty. We have a great working relationship, and I just hope Americans will stand up to their own government and say, what the heck? Why are you doing this?
So, Chrystia, obviously he's had broad political support at home. The economic consequences could be serious. I mean, inflation could rise. You could have people losing their jobs. And I think European leaders are now looking at Mark Carney and kind of thinking, was the Mark Carney way of standing firm against Trump the better way, and were they too concerned about the political and economic backlash that their countries might suffer? Do you think, does Mark Carney now represent a model that other countries you think should follow when it comes to how to deal with Donald Trump?
Absolutely. This is long overdue. America's allies on Liberation Day, the day the massive tariffs were announced, should have collectively said, we're really sorry. We are your friend. We are your ally, but we are not going to accept this kind of one-way attack. And I think if they had done that, we would have seen a much saner U.S. administration. But it's not too late. It's never too late to do the right thing.
Just really quickly, Chrystia, what's your message to fellow Canadians?
I don't think Canadians really even need my message, because Canadians are all absolutely standing strong. Canadians are united. Canadians get it. But my message to Americans is, please cut it out. We are your friend. We are your ally. We are your neighbor. We have a relationship that has worked so well for decades. As Maggie said on your show a minute ago, we actually have a trading relationship governed by a trade deal that Donald Trump negotiated. I was Canada's negotiator. It's one of the only things that Nancy Pelosi and Donald Trump both agreed on. It's a great deal. Let's get back to being sane and being friends, and maybe working together on the real problems in the world, like Russia, China, Iran.
Former Deputy Prime Minister of Canada, Chrystia Freeland, thank you so much for coming on the show this morning. We really appreciate it.